And I have Councilor Patrona Jones-Rouser, I have Councilor Paniagua, and I have Councilors Nave and Councilor Majok. So, Mary, why don't you lead us off with your little presentation I hope you got.
Good afternoon. I'll start with introducing some key staff. I have Lisa Amadon, our administrative assistant, John Kiblahan, who you all know, Division Engineer of Design and Construction, and Mark Romano, Division Engineer, Mapping and Surveying. And one of my vacancies is the Division Engineer of Building Division, so I am the acting Division Engineer of Buildings.
So, why don't you go through this budget here and
Sure.
give us a little rundown.
So page 146 is our activity indicators. Basically, we track our activity by people hours spent on the various tasks. So the activity indicators on page 146 is design and constructions, projects, and all their duties. And then on page 147 is the building division and the mapping and surveying division.
Now, how do you guys track the hours?
Our timesheets, we do our time a little bit differently, and we keep work orders. Each project has a project number, and so we track our work by tasks or projects.
This is the first we've seen this, right? Okay.
We have a work order system. No, the red ones are the different divisions. I'll go over the vacancies.
Mary, we still get reimbursed from the JSCB, right, for your services?
No, we go over this every year,
Do
Councilor
I ask this
Hogan.
question every, do you disappoint me every year when I
I
ask this question?
disappoint you every year, yes. I am also disappointed every
Well,
year.
I'll ask the next question. I mean, has there been efforts, probably not at your level, but efforts to try to get reimbursed for?
The only way we could get
Is it
reimbursed
only-
is
is it
from
only because
school
that's the way the
district.
money
It's
is?
it's because of the bonding
Oh, okay, because it's,
arrangement with JSCB. We can't bill for staff time. They can't bill for staff time either.
okay, yeah, I seem to remember that. I was
Yeah.
on the JSCB the first time here, so they
Yep.
can only, I think they can only bond for teachable space. I think that's what it seems like, unless it changed.
Well, they get, I mean, we bond for all our contracted professional services and construction and all that. But that's it. No staff time.
Okay.
And JSCB is starting back up again. We just hired our program manager for phase 3. So that project will be ramping
On
up.
behalf of the school district, we just hired it, right? I said on behalf of the school district, right?
No, the Joint School Construction Board hired them.
Oh,
the
they hired
program
one,
manager,
and
yep.
and we pay for it.
It's paid for with the $400 million.
That's all bonded for, right?
Yes.
What's the next phase? So, I mean, I'm sorry, I thought that they didn't pay for our, so they have a separate.
I'm not
They've
understanding. All
hired a
the
separate.
professional services, program manager, construction managers, architects, engineers, have contracts with the JSCB, and those services are paid through the JSCB through the $400 million for this phase.
They just don't reimburse us for.
They
you
don't
overlooking
reimburse
it.
for our city or school district staff time.
Okay.
How long has that coordinator position been open?
Which one, the building division?
The JSCB.
I'm sorry, what?
Didn't you just said that you are going to hire the JSCB coordinator?
We
or
just
did-
hired the
You just did.
program manager,
You
a
just did.
firm. Yes.
Okay.
That's
and
that's a
was-
firm, not a person,
Okay.
not a city position.
Okay, so once each phase is done, you stop and then
Correct.
go out
Start
for-
again.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So this is how the Gilbane was the first, no?
It's Turner.
Well, I know it's Turner, but I mean, it was Gilbane years ago.
Yes, it was.
And you worked with them, but we didn't get paid. The city didn't get
city staff has never gotten reimbursed, correct? So if there's no questions on the activity indicators, we can go to page 148, which is our personnel services. And I'll tell you that we have 8 vacancies out of 21 total positions. The deputy city engineer is vacant. The division engineer of buildings is vacant, but we have submitted a request to bid. It's been advertised as a bid. We have 2 vacant facilities engineers. The civil service test was held April 5th, so we can't hire a facilities engineer. We're going to have to go off the list when it comes out, which typically takes a bit of time. We have a vacant construction administrator, and that is submittal request is in process, so that should be going out to bid soon.
So wait, civil engineers, is that a 1 or 2 that just got the test?
The facilities engineer is the test.
Okay. And the civil engineer, you are good to go?
The construction administrator is vacant, but we have the submitted, the bid request in process.
No, she said the facilities engineer has to go through the civil service, so.
Right,
it
because
has to
the
be
test
hired.
was just held on April 5th, so we have to wait till we get the results of the test and hire off the list. Then further down towards the bottom of the list, the engineering technician 2 is vacant, and that is currently out to bid. And then we also have vacant the clerk of the works 1 and the engineering technician 1.
So just so I'm not confused, you have these positions filled here for 21, or though this is not accurate?
Of the 20, so these positions are all
So,
included in my budget, same as last year.
But
Of the
vacant.
21, there are 8 vacant
Okay.
that I just went over.
okay. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, I missed one. I got 7.
Deputy city engineer,
Yep.
division engineer of buildings, 2 facility engineers,
Yep.
1 construction administrator, 1 engineering tech 2.
Okay, that's it.
Okay.
Have they been vacant for a few years or just
We've had vacancies. I wouldn't, we've had some turnover and people moving, like 1 person retired, so other people moved up. But I've had a problem with vacancies for a while.
And that's, you chalk that up to the residency and the pay, basically?
Yeah, and just, finding the right candidates. We don't have a lot of people responding that are qualified.
What about in terms of the pay range in terms of the county in comparison to us? What's the difference? 5,000? What's
We
it-
kind of did an analysis a couple years ago, I remember. So we haven't done an analysis recently, but definitely the CSEA, like the Civil 1, Civil 2, the titles that we have in common, there's definitely a discrepancy and we're the lowest.
With the lowest. So that adds, in addition to
Right.
residency, the pay is also
I've
an issue.
had numerous people leave to go to the county. One or 2 went to the state. Yep.
And what would you estimate that? By 5 to 10 grand different? What is it?
5 to 10,000?
Yeah, is that the difference?
Yeah, I would
About
say
that?
that's probably a good estimate.
Okay.
Have no one in with Sura?
Not this year. Nope.
Do you ever maybe contract these position out? I know it's a sensitive topic, but do you ever just,
Like hire a consultant to,
instead of an employee because of the need, do you ever do that? Or does the civil service allow you to do that? Especially when it's been
Well,
vacant
they'd still
for a
be a
while.
consultant. I don't know, like I said, I'm advertising 3 positions, so and I've been talking to the mayor and other people about, advertising in different areas than what we did in the past, so I'm gonna give it one more shot, and see what happens. Not one more shot, but I'm gonna give it another shot and see what happens.
They've been vacant for entire year? That,
They've been vacant, except for some of the transitions when we had a Civil 2 retire early in last year of '24. So then people moved up from Civil 1 to Civil 2 and from Engineering Tech 2 to Civil 1 in the mapping and surveying division.
Our office, but you're still able to function properly. There's no like backlog of work.
I would say we're stretched pretty thin, and that has also, made me put these positions out to bid, because these are the ones that I really need as soon as possible.
Your contracted services wrote out, is that correct?
Last
In 149, from 87,000 to 0.
That's Sura.
Oh, no. That's Sarah.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's what you were saying, thank you.
Yep.
I forgot, yes.
So we did have some SURA positions, but in this coming year, we have no SURA positions.
But I did want to ask the professional services of 500.
Yep.
That,
So for professional services, that's where we use consultants if there's like an emergency situation where we need outside consulting, and some other instances where we, need to use operating funds versus bonded funds. We might not have funds available or something like that.
does that answer your question? Joel, Counselor?
I think he was talking about, correct me if I'm wrong, Counselor, that we would use a contracted person to do
right, to do some of the work.
function as a city
Right,
tasks.
right. And I guess the extension of that is, for me, is to what level do we collaborate with the county from the personnel side to maybe, is there a way we,
Use county personnel?
do we collaborate in some way with the county around
They got 8, well, they got 8 vacancies.
around that,
So, I mean, probably, yeah.
work
It's
that need to
probably-
be done? Is there a collaboration at all? Nothing?
I mean, there's collaboration. Working on specific projects.
Okay, but nothing in
Nothing
terms of time
that, no.
sharing
They're-
employees?
Any other questions, counselors?
And I do have in my budget is built in an 8% vacancy rate, which is 132,000. So just for informational purposes.
Well, Mary, you've done a great job for us for a lot of years, so,
Thank you.
no, you have.
And my staff.
And you got a great staff, that's, except for that Irish guy over there. So,
He's also a great staff member, and he keeps
I
me
mean, just
laughing,
the scope of work.
which I
that you-
need.
I mean, the scope of work that's under you is amazing, and how you've performed over the years, so.
Yeah, we have a lot of grant projects, which is good.
Right, exactly, so.
So,
You did really well with that.
Just, John, just make sure you don't come to flag raising, that's all. I'm doing the same.
So, I'll ask for a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Okay, thank you, thanks,
you.
Mayor. Thanks, engineering.